All right, guys, this is it. We're on the last part of this fantastic interview for a movie that we're working on called Becoming One of Them. You get to hear all the final little tidbits as far as behind the scenes, the stories, the journeys. You get to hear from some of the key members of a crew. We have Peter Shaman, who was the writer. I came on as the producer. We have Lyle Groniger as the director, and we have Evan Mead as the assistant director and co-producer. So lots of great tidbits. I'll just let you get straight into the interview. So enjoy. So essentially, as soon as we're done the shooting, the next step was post-production. So we went into a few different stages. Like, you typically start with the edit. So you just put everything together, and we worked with the most amazing editor that I think we could have had on this project, named Kira, who Lyle, Evan, myself, we actually worked previously with Kira on a short film we did a couple years back. We did like the Star Wars project for a Star Wars contest, and we had another editor who was initially meant to be on board, unfortunately had to drop out, and we were getting extremely close to the deadline. It was a very short time to turn around a movie project anyways, but we had literally like a couple weeks to edit, finish the project, and send it off. And so we asked Kira to come on board last minute for free, and she was very gracious enough to at least put everything together and help us out. So we knew that she would be a perfect fit for the editing. And then going on from that, we had Shane, who helped make the absolute brilliant music composition for the movie. We're working with a past friend and a past TFS graduate as well, Paul Ferre, who's helping us with the soundtrack. We reached out to someone else to help us make with the color grading, named Jonah, who wanted to sort of he was an assistant but wanted to do his own grading. He wanted to tackle on and be more of the lead person in the grading, and he was willing to help us grade for free. So that was brilliant. And we all, of course, also had some visual effects help from a friend and colleague of mine who also graduated TFS along with myself and Lyle and Peter, named Midge Beaton, who worked with me on several different short films back in the day. He did stuff like he removed we didn't have stuff on the TV. We were shooting scenes on a TV. We just had green on a TV. He replaced that with some news stuff. And we did a whole bunch of other things. So I'd be very curious, Lyle and Evan. I know, Peter, you have. I think you saw the lock cut. Am I right?
Who, me?
Yeah. You just
No,
saw
I
the
haven't
lock
seen.
cut.
I haven't seen any cut.
Oh, you haven't seen any.
Oh wow.
No.
Okay.
I'm. It's all gonna be a nice, pleasant surprise for me.
Oh, it's gonna be a really
just
great
as well,
surprise.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited. I'm definitely excited.
oh, it's gonna be fantastic. So what I'd be curious to know, for especially Lyle and Evan, is as we were working on the post production, what were your initial thoughts of seeing every individual step, where we started with the edit and then we started to put together the music and the visual effects, and even right now we're working on sound and the color grading. What was your thoughts through that?
I think Lyle should go first. I might jump in a little bit, but yeah, I want, because it was ultimately Lyle's vision, and that's where he should talk the most about it.
Yeah, sure. Sorry, I have a very annoying grandfather clock in the room that goes off every 15 minutes.
Nice.
Anyways,
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. Well, I think Martin Scorsese said it first, or said it best. When you see the rough cut, and if you don't have a heart attack, then something's wrong. So, the rough cut was a little.
I didn't dream about Martin Scorsese last night. Sorry if that sounds random, but
yeah,
but sorry that was random. Go on.
Yeah, I mean, I had to comb through each shot and make sure that me and Kira always debated which shot would be the best. So I sat down with her and combed through all the footage we shot. Then like there were takes we considered, and then I think we had to go through at least 10 different drafts of the final cut to finally get what we wanted, to make sure everything was tight. And each time, progressively, it got more and more promising as a final cut tends to be. because you're not worried about um, the awkwardness or the unsuredness when you see the first rough cut. Gets more mature with each iteration. And then we have things like visual effects that really fix up some of the things that maybe we missed on set, or maybe things that could have been improved. And then it looks really nice. Color grading makes it look even more cinematic. And with score and sound, it adds so much more emotion. So with each and every single thing we added in post-production, it made me feel more assured that what we were doing was coming together nicely.
Yeah. I personally had all the I thought, because I occasionally when we were on set, I would look at Z's monitor. Which, by the way, Lyle, you could probably kiss Z for bringing that monitor, because I remember every single shoot you and I have ever been on. I remember last year we shot a music video called La Frontera with your girlfriend's father for his band, and the whole time we were there, I just remember I was getting all the shots, and you said, "I wish we had a monitor," and I wish that too. And
Yeah,
but then
no,
this
it makes a
time,
difference.
yeah, Z brought his monitor, and that just made all the difference. So the reason why I bring that up is because I saw the monitor, and I loved the look of every single shot that I saw us get. And I had like all the confidence that once we saw it all like come together in an assembly cut, that it was just going to look amazing, even like the color grading. And but I trusted that would all come together.
Yes.
No doubt that the movie was going to look awesome, and the baby footage, especially, even though it was shot in a completely different location and at a completely different time of day, it blends together so well, and the you can't even tell the difference. That's what I think is like just so cool.
Yeah, all the inserts work marvelously.
Yeah. And just a quick side note, Jack actually got a haircut when we shot
Yeah.
his eyes. So
And he had a goatee.
yeah, he had a goatee, and he got a really like drastic haircut. Like all the hair, almost all his hair, like was gone on the day we did the insert. So that's why when you'll see the finished movie, you'll see us go really up close on his eyes, because we couldn't get his hair or his mouth. So
Well, that's sort of what I wanted to begin with. So
yeah,
it wasn't
yeah.
it wasn't insurmountable.
So in terms of finding the sound design, I went to my buddy Paul, and Paul and I have worked together on many projects before, and he's great at post sound design. And for the music, that's actually something Lyle and I really wanted to make sure. That would probably be like the make or break of this movie and the score for the movie. So we had a couple options. We rewatched my old short film that I did after film school called Project of Venice, and Lyle and I both really liked the score of that movie, and my buddy Shane was responsible for that. So I asked Lyle if he would like his new film and our new film to sound anything like De Venice, and then he's like, yeah, sure. So I put him in touch with Shane, and then Shane, of course, did exactly what he did on Project of Venus. He just went above and beyond, and he delivered something truly special. Yeah.
I mean,
So just out of curiosity, what's is it done? Is the cut done being edited, or is it still in the editing process?
oh, the edit's done like a long time ago. At the
I was just
moment,
curious.
we've locked the editing, so that's all done. We have a lock cut. We've locked the music, that's all done. The soundtrack and the sound design is still in the works, and we're getting very close to locking that. Visual effects is almost done, and we're locking that. And then as soon as all that is done, then it's just getting the color grading done and then putting everything together.
Nice.
Yeah.
We're on the precipice of completion.
Yeah. Has kind of
Yeah, didn't help.
Yeah. Well, it did help because we want to go into a studio to have color sessions with our specialist who we brought on board. And he's got a really nice office over in the Post district of Toronto, over by King Street and Spadina. But that's until phase 3 of Ontario's reopening plan happens. That just remains to be seen. So coming soon.
Yeah.
I do have to say though, like throughout the post-production process, this came as a surprise to me, and this is something that you definitely are never taught in film school, and that is every time we worked on a certain step in it, whether it's the editing, sound, music, visual effects, color, as Lyle said, like every time we worked on it, just bit by bit, the movie was getting better and better, which is how it's supposed to be. The first rough cut we saw was kind of like, like, did we actually shoot this? It kind of feels a bit awkward, but we worked on the edit, made it tighter and tighter. Every person that we worked on, I mean, Lyle gave his input, obviously. Evan and I, we even gave our own input. But like Kira, she added her own spin on it. And every time that all of us added our own thoughts and our own ideas, just the edit became better and better and better. I remember when we did the music that there were certain ideas that the composer brought along to it, and then we started working around with the music. At first it was like, yeah, okay, that's fine, but then we started really shaping it and changing it, and then all of a sudden just this music score came to life. And there were certain parts in the project where you're going to hear the music and it's just like, wow. So it brought a
Yeah,
lot of
I'm
life.
excited to
And
hear the music for sure.
you will, you'll definitely be excited. So I'm just saying, like, for me, working on the post, really, it got me excited about the filmmaking, because every time we worked on a particular step, even right now, like every time we're listening to the soundtrack, the sound design, the project is just getting better and better and better. We're cleaning up areas, we're improving areas, we're emphasizing a lot of other things. So it's really cool how it is coming together, and it's not just throwing all this stuff and boom, it's done. It's shaping it and improving it, and it's cool. I'm really excited for everyone to watch this. The final thing I think would be really cool is just what is our sort of plan or expectations or dreams of what to do with this movie once it's done. Like, for instance, one of our initial plans was to send this off to film festivals and go through what's called a film circuit. So we plan on sending this to some festivals in Toronto. We're looking at international festivals as well. A lot of more like zombie themed festivals that can really dig this up. That way we can at least get a few accolades, get a few sort of notoriety about the project. It'd be really cool if we won, like, best award from this one festival. That will make all of us look really, really cool because we're a part of that particular project. I'm looking forward to, once that festival circuit is done, then in 2021, I want to do a bunch of premieres, a bunch of public screenings, and just market the hell out of this. I'm all about that premiere, the merchandise, everything. So I'm looking forward to that. But what about you guys?
Yeah, basically, I just figured we would send it to a bunch of like festivals, like horror themed festivals, I guess, or any festival really that would be down to take it. But yeah, just try and get as much eyes in it on it as possible. And a mentor of mine, he said, like, I could take once the movie's done or whatever, I can take a look at it, and if it looks like if it looks, I'm not saying it's not professional, but professional enough, then he can get the right eyes in front of it as well. So, yeah, just, try and get as much exposure, festivals, all that kind of stuff. And, just get this story in people's heads.
That's great. Personally, I feel like a world is going to give rise to virtual festivals and virtual streaming.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
So I feel like if we do well with that, once the old school festivals and the in-person conferences start to open up again, with social distancing being a thing of the past, we'll really be able to get it out there and to just keep talking about this and to really show what we're all capable of as filmmakers. I think
Absolutely.
that's one of the things like I love about this project so much, is that I think it's going to be good for all of us.
Yeah, experience wise, we definitely learned a lot from this whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yep. Yeah, hopefully I'll be able to add it to my director's reel and maybe find some festivals that really fit our demographic. I remember I found one in New York. I showed Evan, and he's like, "Oh, that's perfect." It was a festival dedicated to the idea of death.
Yeah, so there you go.
I hope,
sign up, please.
It might not, if it, I don't care if it happens in like 2021 or 2022. I hope that festival lives past this ordeal so that we can get that in there.
Yeah, I want to send it right away to that festival. But yeah, I agree with all of you. I really hope this project opens some doors for us, because I think we all put a lot of time and effort into it.
I just want to say thanks to everybody, not just you guys, but everyone on the crew, you guys as well, for believing in the whole thing. And just everyone, everyone who was a part of it just went above and beyond. So I just want to say thanks to everyone who's been a part of this whole thing. It's been a long ride, but it's been a fun one.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's been a great one. This is, of all the sets that I've been on, this is probably up there with one of the most ambitious. Like we just did so much in so little time, and it all looks great.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Met a lot of new people and made a lot of new connections and friends and whatnot. And yeah, it was just overall a great experience.
All right, so I hope you really enjoyed that. And if you did, please smash that like button and share this to other filmmakers so that they can draw inspiration from this as well. Tons of great insight. And I always believe that it's super important as filmmakers that you really listen a lot to other people who have been on other projects and sets and have really worked on, actual movie sets, because you can learn a lot of unique set experiences and challenges and stuff like that you don't really hear from other people who haven't had that same experience. So I hope this helped you guys out. If it did, make sure you also subscribe, because we got tons of great videos coming out every single week. I want to help you guys to make your projects even better, and also to help you so that you don't go into the same challenges that I've had to deal with. Okay, good luck. Let me know that in the comments what kind of projects you're working on. I'd be very curious to see what you guys are up to. All right, so good luck, and I'll see you next time.